Differences. Black versus white. Verse 2. Let's get it. What?
This is the testament of everything I penned is right. The reason for every word, the passion within what I write. The visual of the spiritual precision behind the mic. Insight is what give these verses life. Verses.
What's up, y'all? You about to get into this? I am G Oracle. Thank you for tuning into my channel, G Oracle Presents, where I'm doing a series called Verses. I'm taking some of my hand-picked songs and breaking them down. Some songs that I've gotten some positive feedback or some critical feedback about that I felt were worth a bit more explanation. If you haven't checked out verse 1 of this song, you can look in the description box below and I'll have the link to that video. I advise that you check that out previous to checking this out or not, whichever you choose. But let's get into this. Verse 2. Did I mention that this song is on Verses, which is the name of the project that I did in 2017. So ironically, it has the same name. It was the last project that I worked on as of today, which is January something of 2018. I can't remember the date. You know, I'm just saying. All right. And it reads, we originated from one, diversified throughout the lands, ran away from the sun, losing the melanin we once had. Changed the speech of our tongue so no one else could understand that when we reached the new world, we could finally work the plan. If you have not checked out verse 1 of this song, you probably won't understand that I completely changed the direction. I am no longer speaking as us. My people who are of my complexion, a little darker, maybe sometimes lighter, those who originated from another continent and were not originally born here. I'm talking about those who are of the lighter complexion, the much lighter complexion. And resided in some caves, to put it simple, resided in some caves where they were, not exposed to as much light. Also, I'm giving just a little feedback about history. You originated from one. You can look at this biblically. It's the whole Adam and Eve thing. Or you can look at it scientifically in reference to the oldest sample or example of human life found. It originated from one. And diversifying throughout the lands, meaning they migrated to other areas, those areas with less exposure to the sun. Ran away from the sun, I state in the rhyme, but I kind of looked at it as an escape. You migrate, you learn, you continue to branch out, but you went so far out, kind of lost who you was, or who you were. The grammar police is gonna be coming for me. Whatever. Change the speech of our tongue so no one else could understand. This is the creation of other languages as they begin to derive. When we reach the new world, we could finally work out our plan. It had to be planned, right? It couldn't have just happened. There's no such thing as coincidence. At least I don't believe that. The next line reads, becoming this earthly vice, transforming Negus to Nigger. You can look up Negus, Negus. See some of the, try to study some of the origins of the word Nigger, Nigger. And you will see that they have taken a very great thing and made it a very ugly thing. I'm not going to go any further into that. Do your own research, do your own study, so that your truth can be revealed. Over time, conditioning minds to view themselves as pure evil. This is where we were taken and conditioned to dislike ourselves, to dislike who we were, what our differences were, what our characteristics were, to not like who we were at all, just no part of us. There was nothing to be happy about. You know, it was like, oh, I wish I wasn't dark skinned, or I wish I wasn't black, or I wish I wasn't, oh, this is a good one now, I wish I didn't have this texture hair, you know, that type of thing. Let them produce what we need to build a powerhouse worth trillions, probably more than that, built entire countries, not country, countries, plural. Keeping a few close enough just to keep the product reel spinning. See, they had to have help, whether the help knew they were helping or not, to keep that motion, that perpetual motion of show me more of who you are, what you can create, so that I can imitate it, so that I can use it to, again, use it against you. So you had to keep a few just close enough. Just close enough. Not too close, but close enough. Let them believe they had the freedom to be seen as an equal. See, some of those who were close enough, they began to get comfortable. It ain't that bad. It can never be that bad. You know, they refuse to believe it. I don't want to believe it sometimes myself, that it could be that bad. But it can be. And when the day comes where they have to show their hand, the only thing that'll be left is the surprised look on your face. Because you won't believe it. Like, what? What happened? Yeah, it happened. The day, the moment. You really see. Let's see, where was I? While we profit on the culture they develop under our vision. This once again is reinforcing the imitation, the take of certain characteristics or doings of a culture of people, and using it to build wealth for yourself. Okay, they like this amongst themselves. I'm going to take that, imitate it, and sell it back to them. Because I know one thing, they will consume it because it originated from them to begin with. We institute their education, creating paths to our system. If there are any educators watching this, any real educators who really see the structure of the system that they're working within, any educators who have left that system because they saw what they were working within, they understand that there are so many paths that have been pre-written coming from the education system. Why not start young? Why not show them what could possibly have them thinking too much, understanding too many things, questioning too many things. Let's dumb it down. Let's make it less. Let's make less requirements for certain things. Certain skill sets don't even need to be brought up. Like, I don't know, life. We don't need to talk about a lot of things, in the classroom. We don't need to make it mandatory to pass certain subjects. I don't really, educational institutions, to each his own. I really do feel that education is the most valuable thing that anyone can have. Just trying to live in this world. I think teachers are the most underpaid profession. They should be the highest paid profession. But the reality of it is that they are not. They are overworked. They are stressed. They have lives themselves. And they are still dedicated to teaching, to educating children, young adults, even adults on the college level. So that says a lot about them, to me anyway. It says a lot, because even right now, knowing what the income is for a teacher and what you have to deal with and what the situations are, you still have people that will go through college, additional training, specialized certifications, just to educate, because their passion is there to educate, to uplift. On a personal note, I have worked in healthcare for many, many years. And I'm not that old, but many years. And what I can honestly say, the difference between the education system and healthcare, besides the pay, is that education, to me, is the only profession that I feel that has not really lost its dedicated soldiers, so to speak. Like those who really want to do what the profession requires. They go above and beyond. Healthcare, do not get me wrong, you have a lot of caring people, a lot of caring nurses, doctors, or what have you, but you have so many that do not. They're just there for a paycheck. So I commend you, educators. I really do. I commend you. I lost where I was. I started talking about education. It's just okay. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Remove their history, so all they know is what we give them. Your previous video, I was saying with the conscious movement and everything, and how people, they understand so many things now, and they have access to all of this information that's been there, but nobody's been able to access it until just recently. Within the last, I would give it about 10, 15 years, just so many people are getting their hands on it. It's spreading like wildfire. And I'm like, yeah, that's what they let you get. Not really what you found is what they let you get. See, when you really discover something, they will shut you up. And that's what you have to be prepared for, those who are really in for this, for the long haul. Beautify their own corruption, a duality so wicked. Judicial spectrum judged as criminals, but really they're the victims. See, this entire criminal system is that to make the victim become the criminal. It begins within education. It begins within the disruption of the household. It continues on with the legislation, the laws, and the way things are situated. Those who enforce the laws, including police, lawyers, judicial administrators, things of that nature, even down to a parole officer. It's all situated. It's just a system. It's just a system to keep that system propelling. I'm in the state of Louisiana, and there was a governor. Was it a governor? I don't know, mayor or something, one of these small towns, and he was talking about how they couldn't let the prisoners get released because they needed them to do stuff. Like, this is modern day slavery for real. Like, for real. This man made this statement. So it in front of the news and everything. It's like, really? Like, what world is this? Oh, I see. I know what world it is. Stairs. The next line reads, the few that shine really bright, we make sure they keep winning, to steer their obligation right into the hand that bird feeds them. See, this is again taking a part of these people to then again use to manipulate the others. See, they can't do it just on their own. They got to have help. Excuse me. Understand they have to have help. Destroy the foundation of culture, family, and self. Unless you've been living under a rock, you see the struggle to keep the family unit together, to keep the culture richer. And I'm not talking about financially, which would also be a wonderful thing. If, black-owned businesses and things of that nature would get together collectively, but I'm not speaking of that. I'm speaking of the culture of the people, just as far as what we do, what we represent, and who we are. Culture, family, and self. You gotta look at yourself. No matter what else is going on, you still have to look at self. Take away the value of unity, loyalty, and health. Self-explanatory. We try to unite, and then there's many little balls of separation within that. Loyalty, come on. Really? Seriously. Loyalty?
Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
In health. You got some of the worst diets ever. And I'm in the South, so you know it's really bad. Really bad. And I'm not just talking about food. Because your diet consists of what you intake. And that includes what you intake subconsciously and what you intake spiritually. Look at your diet. That's a question for you. Ask those who are closest to you, who are within your circle. What's your diet? What does your diet consist of? Let me know in the comments. I think that would be a good discussion topic. Something good to engage in. And let me know what they say as you speak with them. Back to this. We strategized so well. No need to hide the fact that we did it. See, so now you have where all of this information is coming out. It's like, yeah, that's the truth. And I'm right along with you. Because it says this. And this is what science says. And this is what we've proven. There's no way of getting around that. We concede. You're right. Yeah, we did do that. Admit to it. So how you handle that? Because it's like, you oppressors, you do this, you do that. And you're like, yeah, we did. Now what? See, we need to think past the wanting to have them acknowledge what they did. They'll acknowledge it, and then they'll turn around and do it again. So we need to think past that, because now it's like we give you the reason. Like, here you go. Now what? And we're sitting there like, well, now we need change. What kind of change? The change that make it, see, it's not thought through. You have to think all of this through. You can't present something excuse my language, half-ass, and when you get some small breakthrough, presumed to be breakthrough, you don't have a plan, you don't have just nothing, where we at? What did I say earlier? I don't know if I said it in this particular video or not, but we need people in different positions everywhere so that collectively this can be done, and these people in these positions can sit down and you can discuss a plan. Things can be worked out. So when something starts to move, it can continue to move. Not move and then stand still because you hadn't thought past go. See what I'm saying? The last line says, even our own who sympathize reap the benefits. And to me, that's the clutch. That's the clutch right there, because I am not a person who is against interracial couples or anything like that. Please, I know this song may lead you to believe just about anything, but this song was only speaking the truth from those perspectives. I don't disagree with that. To each his own. That's their truth. That's their truth. So what I'm saying is that you have those who sympathize, those who really are for the balance and just the resolution to all of the years and centuries of turmoil and the wrongdoing and the systemic issues and all of the things that are going on, both on their end and within the community itself. But the fact remains that they still benefit. They will still benefit from it, whether they want to or not, whether they sympathize or not, whether they educate you, encourage you, marry you, become part of your family, they still benefit from the same turmoil, the same foolishness, the same injustice, all of that. They still benefit, whether they want to or not. And my people, my YouTube family, my dreamers, my disciples, and my junkies, that is the difference. Yeah. So you can check that out. If you haven't checked out verse 1, please do so. Watch them consecutively. Once again, I appreciate you watching and sticking it out with me and enjoying this. Let's engage. Let's engage. Go ahead, leave me some comments in the comment section, whether you agree or disagree. Just explain it. Just make sure it's well explained. If you just want to be ignorant and say something stupid, by all means, I don't mind that either. But I will only truly entertain those who are willing to engage into a real discussion, a real one. I appreciate you all. Stay tuned for more verses. I got a few left. Just a few. You can check out some of my other work that I have available at georacle.com. That's www.g-oracle.com. And I am G Oracle. This is Verses. And remember, y'all, mind changes life. Peace.